Hello and welcome to all of you supporters of Friends of Sinn Féin Canada to this special version of our annual gathering. While the current pandemic forces us to go online, it also allows us to bring together friends and supporters from all across the country. We have a great program ahead with the presentation of the annual Rita Adams Award that recognizes the contributions of an individual to the cause of Irish freedom. This will be followed by a brief speech by President of Friends of Sinn Féin Canada, Mr. Alan McConnell. Alan will be updating us on the latest developments in Brexit and the campaign for Irish unity. Bonjour et bienvenue à vous toutes et à vous tous, partisans et partisantes des Amis du Sinn Féin Canada, pour cette édition spéciale de notre rassemblement annuel. Même si la présente pandémie nous oblige à passer au virtuel, elle nous permet également de se réunir à travers le pays, entre amis et sympathisants. Nous avons un beau programme devant nous, avec la remise du prix annuel Rita Adams, qui a pour but de reconnaître la contribution d'une ou d'un individu pour la cause de la liberté irlandaise. Cette cérémonie sera suivie d'un bref discours du président des Amis du Sinn Féin Canada, M. Alan McConnell. Alan nous fera part des derniers développements du Brexit et de la campagne pour l'unité irlandaise. Before going any further, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge that we are all living on the traditional territory of Indigenous peoples from coast to coast to coast on Turtle Island. As we gather virtually, I would like for us to remind ourselves to respect and nurture our sacred relationship to this land and thank the diverse Indigenous peoples who have defended this territory and cared for it in the past, and who continue to defend this land and care for it today. Avant d'aller plus loin, j'aimerais prendre un moment pour reconnaître que nous vivons sur le territoire autochtone traditionnel de Premières Nations, s'étendant d'un océan à l'autre jusqu'au nord sur l'île de la Tortue. À l'occasion de ce rassemblement en ligne, je nous invite donc à nous rappeler de respecter et d'entretenir la relation sacrée que nous avons avec cette terre et de remercier les diverses populations autochtones qui ont défendu et pris soin de ce territoire dans le passé et qui continuent de défendre et de prendre soin de ce territoire aujourd'hui. Rita Adams came to Canada from Ireland as a young woman. As an Irish Republican and supporter of Sinn Féin, she devoted herself to Irish unity work and lived to see the real political and social change as the peace process unfolded in Ireland. Every year, Friends of Sinn Féin Canada recognizes the long-term contribution of a supporter of Irish freedom by awarding that person the Rita Adams Award. We now go to Saoirse Adams-Cushin, who will be making the presentation of this year's recipient. Rita Adams est arrivée au Canada de l'Irlande en tant que jeune femme. Républicaine irlandaise et partisane du Sinn Féin, elle s'est consacrée au travail de l'unité irlandaise et a vécu pour voir un réel changement politique et social s'effectuer alors que le processus de paix se déroulait en Irlande. Chaque année, les Amis du Sinn Féin Canada reconnaissent la contribution à long terme d'une partisante ou d'un partisan de la liberté irlandaise en lui décernant le prix Rita Adams. Nous allons maintenant entendre Saoirse Adams-Cushin qui fera la présentation du lauréat de cette année.
Giadiv. My name is Saoirse Adams-Cushin. On behalf of the Adams Clan of Toronto and representing Friends of Sinn Féin Canada, I'm here to present the Rita Adams Saoirse na hÉireann Award. This is the 7th year of our annual award given in memory of Rita Adams, who passed away in 2014. The Rita Adams Saoirse na hÉireann Award is presented each year in recognition of outstanding commitment and dedication to the Irish Republican cause in Canada. Rita Adams was a lifelong Republican activist. She loved Irish music, dance, sport, agus gaeilge. Coming to Toronto in the 1950s, she became an activist in many causes throughout her long life. However, Rita's overarching concern was for justice, unity, and equality in Ireland. She worked tirelessly in a number of groups for Irish freedom as long as she was able to do so. Friends of Sinn Féin Canada is proud to present this award in Rita's name. Past recipients of this award include Pat Rooney of Toronto, Alex O'Donnell of Calgary, Jacinta O'Hanlon of Toronto, Larry Bradley of Ottawa, and Jimmy McVeigh of Toronto. Each of these recipients worked for decades in the Irish-Canadian community to promote Irish freedom. Friends of Sinn Féin Canada is pleased to announce that the recipient of the Rita Adams Saoirse na hÉireann Award for 2019 is Dr. Michael Quigley.
Thank you, Saoirse.
This year, due to the coronavirus pandemic, we traveled to Michael's home in Hamilton, Ontario, to present him with this award.
Thank you. I'm very pleased. I have great, fond memories of Rita. I think I worked with her for over 20 years in various formats, in various fora, in the Irish Prisoner of War Committee, the Emerald Isle Society. She was a supporter of the Action Gross Eel campaign in the 1990s. She was lovely. It was great. I held her in high regard, but also I had a great deal of respect for Rita because she was a solid, serious person. The other thing is, I want to say again how much I respected and liked Rita. I think Rita was a friend of mine, and I enjoyed her company. I remember very nice barbecues in her backyard.
So, Michael, where are you from?
Belfast.
Everyone else I know from Belfast goes into, I'm from Belfast and I'm from this street and this neighborhood and this.
No.
No, you're just from Belfast?
No. Born on the Cliftonville Road and grew up on the Ormo Road and so on. Yeah. No, I'm from Belfast. That's it. End of story.
Okay.
When I came here in 1968, allegedly for a year to do an MA, and then I got stuck. Entropy set in, and I'm still here.
All right. How and why did you begin to get involved in political organizing?
Oh, I've been involved in politics since I was 15. I was involved in campaign against nuclear disarmament and the Committee of 100 and anti-apartheid movement at university and the anti-Vietnam War campaign when I was in university. I've been involved in politics since I was 15, one way or another.
You've worked with many different activist groups over the years. Can you tell me about some of that work?
In the 70s, I was involved in anti-racist work in Hamilton. And then from 1980 to 1983, I was the founder and secretary of the Irish Prisoner of War Committee, and then a member of the Emerald Isle Society, and then from 92 to 97, Dennis Lyne and I were the co-founders of the Action Gross Eel. He was the chair, and I was the historian and publicity director for that campaign. And then, I've also been involved in the NDP. I've been involved in, various sorts of things like that over the years. That's it, I suppose.
Action Gross Eel was a specifically Irish-Canadian project. What was that experience?
Well, it wasn't actually. No, that's not true. Action Gross Eel was international.
Yes, but I mean that it is both Irish history and Canadian history. As opposed to the Prisoner of War Committee and the Irish Freedom Association type stuff, which would be getting Canadians to understand what was going on in Ireland. the Action Grow Seal is specifically the combination of the Irish and the Canadian. You know what I mean?
I do, but I don't agree.
All right.
Action Grow Seal was international. We had, it was, first of all, it was a movement that was coast to coast in Canada, from Newfoundland to BC. We had activists working in support of the campaign against the stupidity of Parks Canada. In Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Regina, Sudbury, Hamilton, Toronto, Oshawa, Montreal, Quebec City, St. John's, Newfoundland, probably some other, Halifax for sure. But we also had all sorts of connections and links into both the US and Ireland itself. I, for instance, made 3 or 4 trips to Chicago to talk about it. Also to Fort Lauderdale, to Charleston, South Carolina, to New York, to a big conference at the NYU, New York University, and to conferences, and we had connections and conference links to people in Ireland during the same period. Action Grow Seal was Canadian based but international, and the Canadian base was quite remarkable because it was essentially the whole Irish Canadian community in Canada came together around the subject of, no, you can't go messing about with the graves of 10,000 people buried on Grow Seal.
Well, that's pretty good. Thank you for having us. Thank you for accepting this award on behalf of Friends of Sinn Féin Canada and the Adams family.
Thank you very much for the award. I'm quite flattered.
Welcome back, and congratulations to Michael Quigley, this year's recipient of the Rita Adams Award. Now we are going to hear from Alan McConnell, President of Friends of Sinn Féin Canada, who has the latest update from Ireland and will inform us of what we can do in the coming year to promote Irish unity. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue et félicite Michael Quigley, lauréat de cette année du prix Rita Adams. Nous allons maintenant entendre Alan McConnell, président des Amis du Sinn Féin Canada. Il nous présente les dernières nouvelles en Irlande. Il nous explique ce qu'on peut faire au cours de l'année à venir pour promouvoir l'unité irlandaise. À toi, Alan.
I'd like to start by thanking all of our friends across the country for their support over the past year. It has been a difficult time for everyone. Unfortunately, this year we were unable to stage our 1916 Easter Rising commemorations in Toronto and Montreal because of the pandemic. Similarly, we were unable to hold our annual dinner for the first time ever. Nonetheless, we have been quite active and busy. We have taken the opportunity to help build our social media outreach through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We recently launched a YouTube channel, which we encourage you to subscribe to. We worked on our weekly newsletter, increased its professionalism, and we're making use of authors from across the country who support our work. And so all of that work has increased our ability to build support for Irish unity here in Canada. And one way that was reflected this year is in terms of our increased capacity, was we put on a very successful hunger strike commemoration in August on our Facebook page. Thousands of supporters viewed the program, and we received very favorable comments on it. Now, all of this, of course, cost money, We nonetheless were able to stage a very successful summer financial appeal during the pandemic, raising over $18,000, which was a record for us. Our increased capacity also helped us in terms of political lobbying. We were able to take advantage of Zoom meetings for activists with Sinn Féin's North American director, Kieran Quinn. We were able to reach out to activists and politicians and political leaders right across the country with our message. In the past few months, we've been spearheading a campaign calling for Irish unity referenda within the next 5 years. And in the past 2 months, we've been focused in lobbying politicians in support of the Good Friday Agreement in the face of Brexit. We've helped push forward and glad to see Trade Committee and Foreign Affairs Committee in the House of Commons pass resolutions in the past 2 weeks calling on the government to ensure that any future trade deal with Britain is fully compliant with the Good Friday Agreement. All of these are very, very positive signs that Friends of Sinn Féin is growing in Canada. We're dependent upon your support, and we're looking forward to your support in the years ahead. Our big political campaign is building support in Canada for Irish unity referenda within the next 5 years. One practical way you can help us in that regard is by going to our website and signing the Irish Unity Referendum petition, which you'll find there. It's quite easy to do. The website is fosfc.com. You'll notice that we've upgraded our website over the past 6 months as well. A lot of time and effort and resources went into that, and we're deeply appreciative of everyone who helped us. You'll spot that there is actually a parallel site in French. We've spent the past few months working to make ourselves more bilingual in our activities, and we're thankful for all of the activists who've helped us make these significant improvements on the website. Now, while you're on the website, we'd also ask you to chip in and help with a donation. Every little bit helps. We use the funds you give us to fund our activities, but also to send money to the party back at home in Ireland, Sinn Féin. It's Sinn Féin that's leading the struggle to bring about the reunification of Ireland and a free Ireland. We stand with the party back home. We know funds are needed for them to be successful in these endeavours, and we know Irish Canadians will step up to the plate and ensure that they too are supporting the party in the struggle for a united Ireland. So we've had a rough year, but we've had our successes. We're looking forward to a very busy year ahead. We are counting on your continued support. We know you'll be there with us. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and here's to a fantastic 2021.